come with us today. We are getting ready to close on this 100 unit apartment. The day has come. It's time to close. We're going to the title company first. We're gonna go sign the paper. We're gonna go close the deal. Then we're gonna come back here and get the business plan started. And we're bringing you along with us. So welcome to the video. Let's go close on a 100 unit apartment, Gulfview Apartments in Sterling Heights, Michigan. Okay, so we are here at the closing table. We're here at First American Title. We are getting ready to sign on some documents to take over a 100 unit apartment building. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you sure you're ready?
I think so.
So pretty simple signing, right? So if you've never been in a multifamily signing, you're essentially signing the mortgage for the lender. You're signing the closing statement. So you're just making sure all of your fees are totaled in, making sure the funding's there, making sure your rent prorations, because we're closing today on the 24th. So before I explain to you guys why we love this deal, can you talk a little bit about when you take over a multifamily property? We're gonna leave here and we're gonna go to the property. Let's talk about rent prorations. Let's talk about security deposit transfers. Let's talk about this notice that I'm gonna sign here that alerts the tenants that new ownership, because I'm sure a lot of people watching, if even they're gonna take over a duplex that has a tenant, two tenants in there, it's a little nerve-wracking, right? Because now once these puppies are signed, the seller's paid. AMF, you know what that stands for? Adios, motherfudgers, right? They're out, they're paid. Now we are in the owner's chair. This is not a signing chair, this is an owner's chair. So we're gonna take that over. So there's a lot of transition that happens with this. How do they make it a smooth transition?
I think the biggest thing to do is, one, communicate with your tenants and be prepared on the day of closing to communicate with the tenants. A big question I always get when I take over a property is, well, what happens to my security deposit? So when we transfer them over, I always note transferred at closing. So there's no question that they're getting their security deposit. There's prorated rents as well. So another question I'll get a lot is, well, I paid for June, so what happens to the rest of my rent? Well, it's paid. Your next payment will be due on the 1st as normal. So the biggest thing that we did to get ready for this was to make sure our welcome letters were ready and our tenant contact information was inputted before. So now our managers right now are posting notices on the doors. So we do it every way possible to communicate. Notices on the doors, text messages, and emails.
So on that notice on the door, what needs to be on there so they know? Because guys, we show you our journey so you can learn to do the same, or you can use us, the Stephan Group Real Estate Brokerage, Stephan Group team, to help you find, locate a rental property and get you locked in. What information needs to be said to the tenants?
The biggest thing is, how do they pay, how do they submit maintenance requests, and an emergency contact.
Should I pay in cash if I'm a tenant? Should I pay with 5 different checks from 5 different bank accounts?
No, you shouldn't.
Should I call you at 3 in the morning and tell you that my toilet's a little leaky?
Probably.
And I want a new toilet because, I just want one.
Probably not.
I think a lot of people struggle with investing in real estate because they struggle with the management side of it.
Yeah.
They struggle with treating it like a business. And guys, our message to you is, whether it's 100 units or 1 unit, treat it like a business.
The one thing that I always tell people, like, it's a business. Obviously, you're gonna answer an emergency, but there's office hours, 9 to 5. Unless the building's on fire, don't answer them after 5, and you will save yourself a lot of headache.
Because what you resist will persist. How should tenants be paying? And what's the software that we use?
We use Buildium. A lot of people like that. I know there's a lot of free property management or softwares out there that you can use. They might not have everything that Buildium has. So again, it's kind of what you want to grow into, but you have to have some sort of system from the get-go so that you're not going crazy with, you're dealing with people at the end of the day. So you have to give them instructions of how to handle things.
Yep. So let's real quickly talk to you guys about why we love this deal and why we wanted to acquire this deal. Then we're gonna sign these papers and we're gonna get to the property. So number 1, the 56 unit that you guys have been to, and if you haven't seen those videos, go check those videos out. It was owned by the same seller who sold us the 56 unit that we acquired in October 2023. It is June 2024 right now. So longtime owner, 30 plus years, took great care of this property. This is obviously 100 units, but it's within a mile from our 56 unit. So real quickly, how much easier does that make? Because we always tell you guys and teach you guys, operations is everything. How How much easier is it to manage when you are right down the road?
Yeah, it's so much easier, especially if it's depending on who's doing maintenance that day. They go to one property and then they go to the next property if needed. And just for ease too, for our managers, if somebody needs some coverage, something's going on, you're right there. Even as simple as the supplies too. If you have more supplies at one building, you just pop right over there and get them.
Something we didn't understand early on is called clustering. You're trying to cluster your properties as close as you can together. So that's what made this deal perfect for us, because we were right down the road and we had already bought from the seller previously, the seller who sold to this seller. I want to make sure I emphasize that. So we knew the project was taken care of. Then this gentleman, this group, this is a large institutional group we're dealing with. This is our board of advisors right here. So bought from a large group. They bought the property in 2021. They did a total reposition, high-end upgrade.
They have dishwashers, microwaves, they have stainless steel appliances. Some of them, they started to do washer and dryer and units, granite countertops, double sinks.
Quartz countertops.
Yeah, quartz.
Quartz.
Yep, so
nicer.
I mean, yeah, the laminate flooring.
We were able to negotiate 30 washer and dryers. So they did a total reposition. And you might be like, well, Tony, if they did everything, why are you guys buying it? Where's the value? Value's in the operations. They were not managers or operators. They were fix and flippers. They're a group that's very focused on construction. So the management was not there. Think of it as like a beautiful restaurant just being ran poorly.
Right.
That's what we have here, because multifamily are businesses, so you're buying an individual business. Our value add to this is purely a management play. We're gonna come in, we're gonna clean up the problems, we're going to increase the income, we're gonna reduce the expenses. Some of the expenses they just had on there, because they're such a large group out of Ohio, and we're right here in Michigan, we can eliminate. When you reduce expenses, what's that do? Increases your profit. What's that do? Increase your NOI. We're gonna increase the amenities to really increase that community feel, because you make your money in multifamily when a tenant does what?
When they renew.
Keep the heads in the beds, because when a tenant moves out, how much on average does it cost to turn a unit to make it rent ready?
Yeah, I mean, depending on the damage, but at least like $1,300.
And that's cheap.
Yeah.
Most people would say $3,000 to $5,000. So if you can eliminate that and you just keep a tenant in there and they renew, that all goes to your bottom line. So that's the play there. So we're gonna sign some paperwork here, get this signed, get this deal fully funded. We're gonna take over. Congratulations, put her there. And then we're gonna go to the property. Hey man, how are you?
Hey, good. Hey, so they're wanting us to authorize closing. Are you all set on your side?
Yes, sir. We just signed.
This is the part I always hate, is the keys. Tony's always like, are you excited? And I'm like, no, because this is what I have to do.
All right, guys, welcome to Gulfview Apartments, beautiful 100-unit asset in Sterling Heights, Michigan. Dude, it's a little weird right now. Being here as owners, just had our quick manager meeting, all set for our takeover. So tell them the plan. Tomorrow, our takeover officially begins. The plan's already rolling. Guys, we are on the clock right now. Signatures have signed. Deal's been funded. Pepper Pike, thank you for working with us. They are out of the picture now. Stefan Group is on the play. So the clock is running to the refinance. We're on the clock to get the deal where it needs to be so we can get our return.
Next, what we're gonna do tomorrow is I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of text messages, phone calls, emails. I can't get into our system. So this week is just focusing on the tenants, making sure they're comfortable with the transition. I'm sure there's gonna be, hey, this was never taken care of, maintenance requests. So we just wanna come in, take care of everything, make sure everyone's in the system, coming up to the first pretty quickly. So how they're gonna pay was one of those things that's in the welcome letter. So that's this week, making sure the tenants know what to do.
Ideally, you don't wanna close, so we're closing on the 24th, the first of the month's like in a week. Ideally, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You can't help it, certain instances, but why you don't want to do that is because we received a rent proration. The seller obviously collected rent on the first of the month. They then took 24 days of that and gave us 7 days worth of that rent. If we would have closed on like the 5th, we would have received a much larger check, and then we have 2 or 3 weeks to take over, get everyone in our system, because Andrea put it very nicely. I'm gonna give it to you guys more bluntly, because we want to show you the good, bad, and the ugly. If you're gonna be like, I didn't know anyone took over, I tried to pay, my internet didn't work, I mailed the check, my dog got sick, my dog ate the paperwork, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna hear every excuse in the book because they're smart. They want to test us as new owners to see what can I get away with. Well, you picked the wrong motherfucker. to test because we run a tight ship. I'm really bringing you guys along with us to not only push you to invest in real estate, but to operate your own deals. We're not going to manage for you. We get asked all the time, guys, today, would you manage our deals? We're not going to operate and manage for you, but you guys have to learn how to run your own deals. We lost the most money and we struggled the most when third-party managers ran our deals. Could you imagine just today handing this deal over to a manager?
No, but and I think though too, when you're talking about depending on the scale, you just want to make sure that you're involved in a sense. So you might not be able to have the capability to manage yourself, but you need to be involved. You can't just hand over an investment to anybody.
Something too we want to talk about, this is a model unit. When you have a model unit, how much easier is life?
It's a lot easier because then if somebody comes in and you don't have any vacancy, they can still see it. So these apartments are so nice because they have a dishwasher. A lot of apartments don't have dishwashers. Another thing they added was a microwave. Another thing too, so it gives you more counter space because a lot of apartments, they'll bring their own microwave in. It takes up, it's not a huge counter space. So they have that. They have all stainless steel appliances.
Guys, check this out. You come to rent at Golfview Apartments managed by the Stepin Group. What would you like?
Toss me a water, Tenant.
You want a water? Bam. Oh, you know what that tastes like? It tastes like a great multifamily apartment. A lot of hard work ahead of us, but this place is gonna sell itself. If we can't rent these units out, because they're all done to the standard, something's terribly wrong.
Right.
So I hope you guys can see this and learn from this. We started at the bottom. We started with single family homes, right? We started with kind of rundown duplexes and then we built our way up. You don't just start here, you work your way here, but when you start at that level and you've executed a plan of success, then when you get here, like, oh my God, this is gonna be so much easier compared to what we're used to. Continue to it, yeah.
So yeah, nice little counter here for more counter space. You can put your stools there.
Tell them what this is.
Nice quartz countertop.
This is how you sell homes? Better not say nice countertop. Keep it pushing.
When it's 6 o'clock, I do. We have a beautiful open area to your living room.
What kind of flooring
We have
is
some
this?
laminate flooring all throughout, which is nice. Some people like it better, like carpet in the bedroom, but I think it gives it just the updated look.
Very durable. It just looks good. People want that nice modern look. Accent wall. Can they get an accent wall if they want to rent
So this is standard as the accent wall. Very modern look. So this is not in every unit, but this is kind of another upgrade to the apartment because again, you have the dishwasher and now you have the washer and dryer. So they just added these in a few of them. The plan is to add them to all of them.
They were only going to do one in the model of this. And if you guys watch my other video about how to negotiate real estate, your lovely husband negotiated 30 washer and dryers installed. These are about 5,000 because they're not total because it's not cut out for washer and dryers. So you have to add the hookups. It's very expensive. So I was able to negotiate 30 washer and dryers installed plus a credit for the remaining 70. So it's huge because how much more rent does this allow us to charge and how much easier is it to rent?
The objections I get at our other apartments are, where's the washer and dryer? So are they in the basement? If they are, like how many people are sharing it? That's a huge one. In dishwashers. I mean, those are two things that are hit or miss if they're gonna be in an apartment.
Welcome. Guys, check out this freaking office. Oh my God. So excited.
This is the office. This is a 1-bedroom apartment. So it does have a nice like walk-in closet, which is really nice.
They all have walk-in closets?
Yes.
Oh my God.
We walk into the bathroom. Well, I just think this is very rare. In especially a 1-bedroom, there's a double sink. That's really nice. And so in our 1 and 2 bedrooms, it's a double sink. So that's very rare with really nice mirrors. And this is just a big space. Also too, like a full linen closet, which is also rare. You don't always get that in an apartment.
I really challenge you guys to watch these videos, but then to get inspired to do your own journey. Kind of like what we shared out there. We are not real estate professional people. We are now, but when we started off, we're not. I started with nothing. I was on food stamps. I grew up 5 miles away from here. We lost my mother early on. My father struggled. My father tried to actually be a real estate agent, struggled with that. We lived in a 900 square foot home, filed bankruptcy, started my first business with credit card debt, and we built this. And you can truly figure this stuff out. You can do anything you want to do, not to be cliche, but to really show you guys. And that's why we're doing these YouTube videos so you guys can like see this journey with us. You know, with our real estate brokerage, the Stepin Group, we get contacted by a lot of people who want to invest in real estate. But when they start to get into it, you've noticed some things that happen.
Yeah, I think they get fearful. And then I think too, again, a lot of the buzzwords that go around like cash flow, appreciation, quit my job. That's not really the reality of it. You can't quit your job from a single family house.
We have noticed a lot of people get fearful. And we totally get it. As human beings, we fear what we don't understand. But we want to share our journey with you so you can really look at us. We're average 33-year-olds, but we figured it out. And we have faith in ourselves. And this is too what I want to demonstrate. We're able to do this at 33 years old today because of everything else we do. The daily disciplines of waking up on time, hitting workouts, eating healthy, pouring into personal development, self-development. She has coaching, she has mentorship. I have coaching, I have mentorship. We pour into ourselves to get better because how you do anything is how you do everything. If you are wanting to get into real estate investing and you are lacking the confidence to go out and execute, or you get under contract and then you back out, start with the person in the mirror. We always say, let our regrets be our guide. So you start to eliminate those regrets and you double down on the core disciplines that build you up. What do we always say? Run to what builds you, not what breaks you. If a kid who started on food stamps and built his first business with credit card debt, and someone who's a former school teacher can do this, why can't you? Okay, so talk a little bit about the business plan we're gonna do. So like I said, this building's been fully repositioned, new roofs. Obviously this is all painted. We wanna redo the shrubbery. We gotta get our mulch guy, he's coming out Wednesday. So we'll do a little bit of a landscape refresh. You guys already know, if you watch the channel, what's all that? That's drive-by traffic, baby. That's like a $20,000 sign that they put in there, so that's really nice. We need to get new signage put in. We're gonna have like fresh banners going up that says under new management, new leasing. We want to signal to the property that new ownership has taken over. We want people to see that we are immediately pumping money back into the property, that new ownership is here. Like I said, there were some management issues in the past here, so we just want to signal that it's new and it's good to go. So what I really want to show you guys though, we're gonna walk around a little bit. I want to show you there's massive amount of green space. So what we've learned is on a property this size, when there's green space, it means a missed opportunity. So we're gonna take that empty green space, we're gonna turn it into like a community center that we'll be able to show you guys here on the channel. It increases retention. It shows residents that we want them to feel at home. We want to attract families here. We want people to not just stay here for 1 year. We want people to stay here for as long as possible. So that's a huge part of it. Let's go walk over there and show you guys. So the name Golf View, because look at this beautiful freaking golf course right here. Can't beat that. If you lived here, think about this, and this is why I teach you guys. You want to think like a resident, right? You want to think like your customer, right? Owning a business, customers. Number one, it doesn't even look good because like all this dirt patch and whatever, but what a missed opportunity here. So what we're gonna do, and you guys will watch it come to life, is we'll do like a playscape there. We're gonna do picnic benches, little barbecue grills, and potentially a dog park. We have to look into the permitting of that, and also you have to like quality control, like can't have like dog fights going on in there, right? But this is what I mean of like just little things that a private owner and operator would understand more than a big management group. A big management group isn't thinking about the community feel, the residents feel. Like we want our residents to love living here. That's what's really cool about this deal and this opportunity is these are gonna be more fun, value-add management places. Like trust me, there's still a lot of work to be able to do, but we're gonna really make, this property is beautiful, but we're gonna make it sparkle. This is it. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? What do you think of Golf View Apartments here in Sterling Heights, Michigan? All right, guys, thank you so much for being part of the video. So we brought you to the closing table. We have brought you to the apartment. You're seeing the business plan in full effect. You've been with us through this journey too. We talked about the negotiations of the deal. You guys have kind of seen us go through this, the highs and the lows, but the work is just getting started. If you like this content, make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you follow along because now the work has just begun, my friend. The work has just begun. Thank you guys so much for being here. If there's ever anything we can do for you, let us know. Feel free to drop a comment in the video. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know any questions you have with real estate investing. And if you need help with real estate investing and you want to start getting into cash flow producing real estate in the state of Michigan, a lot of brokers out there, a lot of really good ones, but there's only a few husband and wife duos out here closing 100-unit deals. Make sure you click the link in the description to learn more about working with the Stephan Group Real Estate Brokerage. And with that being said, thank you for being here. Now let's get to work. Let's get some renewal signed. Let's get some leases signed, and let's go make this the best deal ever. See you in the next video.